thank you for joining us tonight, everybody. If you're going to catch us on the replay first, let me just say, hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for being here, liking and subscribing and sharing to our channel, all that good stuff. Pat's in the house. Good evening, everybody. Pat, how are you today, Pat? I'm just getting started, warmed up here. I'm doing a few things. Having some computer issues today, it seems. I upgraded some software that I use for video editing, and it seems like maybe the computer and everything didn't seem to like it too much because I'm having to re-sign into everything and just, I don't know, it's a big mess. So I was working on trying to make a new video today, so yeah, I've been sick a little bit. My heart was acting up, and then I was having some brain issues, to be honest. I was having trouble there for a day or two cognitively. So, I don't. My heart really wasn't that big of a deal. It was more the brain stuff. So, but thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know what's going on with my stupid browser here, my stuff. So, Pat, how are you? What's going on in your part of the world? We got another person in the background hanging out. Thank you for that. So, Lorelai's at work, so it's just me. As soon as I get this stupid computer thing figured out, we're going to go hang out in the other room. So, you're doing good? Nice, nice. Yeah, I've been trying to, I suffer from PTSD, and once in a great while it flares up and it kind of sends me down a rabbit hole that I don't really like to go down. So I'm trying to get out of that, trying to get out of my funk, trying to, back's hurting a little bit. I've been doing a little bit more physical labor than I probably should, but stupid computer's not doing what I want it to do. And close some things, don't save that. Well, hello to you. I can't pronounce your title, but why don't I just call you H? Hello to you, H. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. We got 15 in the house. Give us some thumbs up, everybody. Remember, the girls, the sexy women, will be here in a little bit. So you got to stick around for that. But thank you for being here, giving us all those thumbs up. Let us know what's going on in your world. Is there anything exciting happening to you? Anything you guys want to tell us? So, Blanca says hello. Everybody say hello to each other, by the way. And give a shout out if you have a YouTube channel that you want to put out and tell people about something you're doing, you're interested in. Where are we from? I am in the United States. So, Kraken is in the house. Yes, hello. Everybody say hello. Elvie is in the house saying hello, hello. All right, Elvie. Elvin. I'm trying to read the fine print, the small print. I got to get some better glasses. I got to get new prescriptions. So you're from the Ukraine. All right, nice. Welcome in. Thank you from the Ukraine. I hope you subscribe to our channel. But here, let me tell everybody, well, there's a bunch of people in here. Give a thumbs up, please, to this. And I appreciate that. And if you want to subscribe to our channel, which we greatly appreciate, just make sure you go to the channel, you watch a video, you hit the like button, make a comment, and then you subscribe. Otherwise, YouTube won't take it. So YouTube will go, ah. So nice to meet you. Well, it's nice to meet you too. Elvin, I'm from Russia. Well, hello from Russia. Matthew is in the house, says everybody hates Chris, but nobody loves Raymond. That's so racist. I don't know. I don't know who Chris is, and I really don't know who Raymond is. So I couldn't give you any commentary on that because I don't know who they are. But hey, there is no room for racism on my channel. I don't care where somebody's from, what color they're from, what color they are, what religion they are, what language you speak. On our channel, everybody's welcome, period. I don't care. So that's how we do it on our channel. I believe in free speech. As long as you're polite and courteous and not being a jerkwad, then we're happy to have you and happy to talk, because that's what we do. We learn how to grow YouTube channels. We learn how to better our lives. That's part of what we do on this channel. We give a lot of advice. We talk about how to solve problems. Pat says, yep, like and subscribe. Matthew says, why does everybody hate? We don't know who Chris is. I don't know who Chris is. Sorry, man. You're throwing something out there that I have no knowledge of. I know a lot of Chris's in my lifetime. I've taught a lot of students named Chris, but to be honest, I don't know who Chris is. But maybe Chris is a good guy. I don't know. On this channel, we don't hate anybody. I'm trying to change the thumbnail while we're talking, everybody. So that one was too big. Oh, let's just do that one. I don't know, Pat says. Yep, even Will Smith hates Chris. All right. Well, I think it's a shame when anybody hates on anybody. I don't think there's any real reason for that. Daisy, my dog. Hey, you behave. So, right, Pat? I don't really see why anybody hates anybody. I think when you hate, what you're doing is you're wasting a lot of your own energy and time and effort in a negative way. And as I preach, and I say thousands of times, negativity equals negativity. Positivity equals positivity, right? So if you think negative, you're going to get negative results. If you think and feel positive, you're going to get positive, right? So that's what we do here on this channel. Last name is Rock, and he's really funny. All right, well, I'm sorry people hate him. I personally don't know him, but I hope he does well in life. Nobody should be hated on, but it's the world we live in, right? Sadly, people hate people. Weirdly, and sometimes people hate people for all the wrong reasons, which is kind of weird to me, because there's usually, if you got hate in your heart, and then what you're doing is you're giving somebody else power to control you. That's one thing I've had to learn over the years as I grow up and become an adult, is if I'm hating, sorry guys, if I'm out there hating on people, well, one, I'm giving them power over me. Pat says, right, true, we treat everyone right. Yeah, just try to treat everybody the way you would want to be treated, the golden rule, all of that stuff. But I just don't know why we want to give people power over us. And that's what you're doing. All right, I'm going to try to get the tripod set up, everybody, so just be with me. So I don't have, there we go. I've been kind of under the weather the last few days. I really don't have things organized the way I like to, but I'm getting better. So, yeah, and look, you can have different opinions and different thoughts, different beliefs, and that's what I believe. One thing I've learned by having an open mind is everybody's point of view has some value. I called this YouTube family. Yes, this is YouTube hour. Whatever you want to call it. We are, the funny thing though, trying to find where that is. There it is. The funny thing is this. A lot of people like to hate on people. People really enjoy hating each other. They get a lot out of it. And I was telling somebody today, because I got a friend who's going through kind of his own living hell. Hey, Sanders. Hello, everybody. Say hello to Sanders. Thank you for coming in, Sanders. Sanders is the hardest working man in America. I'm telling you. Even when I was a young man, he would have outworked me. So, which is saying a lot because I was a hard worker. So Sanders, how's it going down in Texas? It was, by the way, got up to 70 degrees here. It's a little cool. We had nice weather. Pat, how's your weather going? Thank you all for the thumbs up. So, man, we're going to have a seat in a couple minutes, but I'm trying to make sure I don't kill you by having you look at me. I need to do a couple things here in the kitchen real quick. I got Lorelei a new rice cooker, and we did a video on it, and I uploaded it, so we're going to, it's not out there, it's not published yet, but I worked on that a little bit today. 80 degrees, nice. Might rain tonight. Matthew Scott's in the house, says Jesus loves you. Warm, a little cool. Yeah, see, it was warm today, but it had a little bit of a cool breeze. Or it's kind of like, you get a warm wind out in the north where it's warm, but it's a little chilly, That's the way it was here today. All right, I think I'm able to sit down and relax now. I got something to drink. I got the dogs taken care of. Oh, yeah, let me just get the tripod set up correctly. There we go, that's better. All right, I'm getting set up. Mothball says hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up. Remember, if you're new to us, anybody in the background who's new to us, please subscribe to the channel. But if you would, do it the right way. And we'd appreciate it. I'm trying to get my iPad set up so I have an easier ability to read comments, is what I need to do. Matthew Scott, you got a video labeled near-death experience. Can you share that? Yeah, you sure? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was, it's a long, it's a video. If you guys want to watch that video about my coma, about my near-death experience, I would be happy for you guys to do that because, it helps the channel out. But, yeah. Let me move that over. I think I've told you guys, one of the most exciting things, you guys want to see the fish tank instead of the hallway? Yeah, I'll tell you about the death thing in just a second. Let me get you guys kind of in better position. I feel that way you guys can enjoy looking at the fish tank a little bit. Lorelei's fish tank. All right. So, yeah. All right, where we go? Got a video. Yep, near death. Yes, I've been dead before. Technically 4 times. First time was when they had to change my pacemaker out, or when they put the new pacemaker, when they put a pacemaker in, it wouldn't start. They couldn't get it to work right, so we had some issues with that. But what I reference in that video is my coma. I was in a coma, and it was only calendar-wise 10 days, but it felt like 10 months. So I can't, there is so much that happened to me while I was in a coma. So many bad things, nothing good, nothing good. I'll just point blank, and I want you to watch the video because it's very traumatic for me. And if I talk too much about it, it does trigger some PTSD from the coma. Because my coma was not halos and sunshine and roses and angels dancing around, with harps and a shiny light saying, "Come to me," or "It's not your time," bullshit. My coma had nothing to do with anything like that. My coma was fighting for my life through the whole entire time. Fighting for my right to live and Sanders says, I feel like that with the first wife. Oh, I know, living through hell. So my coma experience, Chi the Filipina, hey, good to see you. We love your channel, by the way. My wife would love to say hi and everything, but she's at work. So, but Chi the Filipina, if you guys haven't subscribed to her, they got a great channel. Go do that, please. So, shout out to everybody. Emmanuel's in the house. Good to have you back from France. Chi, I'm going to turn you blue. I know it really doesn't mean a lot, but I'm going to turn you blue. All right, so everybody like Chi there. Chi, if you want to drop the link to your channel, you're welcome to. So, and of course, if you got a channel and you're blue, you all know that you don't have to ask permission. Just drop your link. I have a scary one. I'd tell mine it's not true. Yeah. Hi to your wife. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Oh, anytime. Look, we all got to help each other grow. You know, we're all into this YouTube world together, I feel. We're all fighting to do good in YouTube. So we all need to work together. Sanders, has a great channel. So we all got to work together. So, yeah, my coma was not about puppy dogs and rainbows. And without getting deep into it, my wife is from Cebu, Mandawi. We lived there for a year. Cebu, Mandawi is where she's from. So we've been married almost 11 years now. So she's been in the U.S. She's a U.S. citizen and a dual citizen. So, let me just mention that, because thank you for getting my brain to work. Look, I've been giving advice to expats and to married couples for years and years and years, and it's finally coming to fruition. I've been warning people. Oh, thank you, Chief. I've been warning couples. Look, you better get your wife that you bring to America into becoming a U.S. citizen. It only takes 3 years if you're married to an American, right? It takes 3 years to become a U.S. citizen. You can turn right around and become a dual citizen back in the Philippines. I've been preaching this and preaching this and preaching this. And now you're seeing with the new immigration the way it is, there's people that are not, that are permanent green card holders that are having legal issues getting back in the country. Now, and all of that would have been prevented if they would have simply became a U.S. citizen. And then I don't care if you have 10 felonies on your record, and if you leave the United States and you come back, you could enter the country. It doesn't matter. It just does not matter. So, Chi, thank you very much. Sub to Chi's channel. Sanders did great. Appreciate that. I'm falling asleep, going to bed, not for sure. I was a dream. I had to get out. It's not fun. Yes. See something scary? Yes. Yes. Sanders, you're right. As soon as, come on, Lily, you can do it. Or you want to, my dog is upset because her bed is not. Her bed was disturbed. All right. Sorry. So my dog was not happy. Her doggy bed wasn't adequate. So I had to fix it. Because, we all love our dogs. So Matthew Scott is dropping some Romans out there. So what I will tell you is, Sanders, as soon as your 3-year hits, do it. I'm just telling you, I've been preaching this. I've been preaching expats all over the world. You better make sure you stay in touch with Social Security. Because one day Social Security is going to wake up and ask if you're alive or not. And if you're not able to respond, they're going to cut your money off. And guess what's happening? So I see Satan, demons, in bad places. Yes. People, you mean, yeah, I get it, Pat. Well, my coma was full of nothing but violence, brutality, a fight and struggle for life, my life. I had a fight to prove that I was even alive. That was the crust of my coma was I was sold as a dead body to India to be processed. You know, and I had you guys just please go watch that video. I really would appreciate that. It makes it easier for me. But so I had to fight my way. And I had no ability to move. I had no ability to move. I was a dead body, but I was not dead. So I was dead, but the spirit was not. And I had to convince these people that I was not dead and I still had rights. And I had to fight my way. You know, I don't say fight like this, you know, fighting, but I had to get my way all the way back here. And there was abuse and torture, and you just can't imagine the crap I went through. And the weird, it's, you know, I just can't, I can explain it, but I don't want to explain it. So, Kia Storm, there he is. Kia Storm, how are you? I am Cheese Abe, yes. Kia, I thought I remember that. I thought I remember the connection. So thank you for being here. Kia, let me turn you blue so you can drop your channel too. All right, I'm going to turn you blue. So, and I have a rule that if you're blue and you ever come to the channel, you don't have to ask permission to drop your channel link. You can just do it. I don't get hung up on that. You know, and I don't. So if you're blue, you're welcome to drop or you know, all that. And I hope that you'll also do the moderator thing if we get any trolls. But Mothball says scary, yes, that's what I saw. Yeah. So everybody subscribe to Kuya's. If you haven't done mine, do mine, all of that. Let me remind everybody of that. Thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. We need to help each other grow on YouTube. You know, I'm way behind on my numbers. You know, I would like to be at 100,000 and I'm like 95,000 away, 96,000 away. So, you know, I'm not doing very well. Well, it was, you know, and check out the links that are being dropped. You betcha, anytime, G, anytime. So the coma was very traumatic. A lot of physical abuse, psychological abuse. And you got to remember, I'm dead. But, you know, I'm a dead body. And I saw some things in my coma that most people would I don't know how to explain. I've experienced things in that coma that, and you got to understand, there was no consciousness of me being in a coma. I thought this is what happened. It was so real. It's so real to me today. You know, every once in a while, it's like the other day, my heart was struggling a little bit on a live stream I did, and I got really kind of weary and tired, and then my brain quit working. And I was having trouble, so I got off. And I've been off the YouTube for about a week now trying to recuperate. Because sometimes, you know, the brain doesn't work anymore. I got what I call squishy brain. So, you know, I got a little bit of squishy brain on me. But that coma today is still the most realest thing that I've ever experienced. And I've done a lot of things in my life. But it was so unbelievably real. Mothball says, I wonder if AI can grow channels. Probably. I think AI can do anything. I own some AI stock, and I'm hoping the AI stock goes out the, you know, I hope it goes crazy. So, you know, I don't know. I think you can use AI quite a bit. It looks like when you're looking at all these shorts that are coming out, they're nothing but AI or people repurposing somebody else's shorts. So I don't know. I'm still trying to make my own content. Cheese says, just keep grinding on YouTube. Mothball's channels will grow. Yeah, you know, they grow. And, you know, I tell people this, and I think all of you guys that have channels know this. Like, I got, I don't know, 3,700, you know, almost 4,000 subscribers. And, but I've had over 10,000 people subscribe to my channel throughout history. But when you don't do it the right way, it doesn't stick. So if I would add 90% of the people who was still alive and kicking and doing whatever, so that subscribed to my channel the correct way, I would probably have 10,000 subscribers. Because I have over 10,000 people that have subscribed through the lifetime, but I only have 37 solid. So Pat says, well, sleeping, never been in a coma, but I had things happen to me. Oh, I know, Pat, I know. So started my channel about 13 months ago. Yes. And how are you doing? Are you enjoying it? Ours is 4 years old. So ours is 4 years old. So we're not very old, and I know a lot of people probably don't know what our channel's about, but our channel's about everything. We do, medical stuff, cooking stuff, traveling stuff, dog stuff, life stuff, advice, relationship, dating, immigration, you name it. We do everything that revolves around Lorelei and I's world, our adventure. We're getting ready to go to Alabama. We're going to do a bunch of trip videos. So we do a little bit of everything. Got monetized in November. I did too. I was monetized. I was shocked in 3 months. Lord, we were shocked. I got 1,000 subscribers and I had my watch hours. Boom. My coma video, when I first released it, went bonkers. I had like 20,000 people watch that in the first 4 or 5 months. And what's weird is now YouTube says, oh, it only has like 1,200 views, which is really weird. So I think I don't know, maybe when things get old. Yep, that's YouTube. People come and go. They do, but they got to subscribe right. I tell people, and you guys know this, we need to encourage everybody to go to the channels, play a video, comment on that video, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and then hit the subscribe button. Only then will that truly stick. My biggest issue is getting watch hours. It is. All right, as everybody knows, and this is not like a secret, if you need watch hours, the best thing you can do is find ninja devices, like your smart TV. So you turn your smart TV on, you don't log into YouTube as you log into as a guest, and you watch all of your videos. That's what you do. You clear the browser, and you do it again. If you got an old laptop somewhere, you pop it up, watch all your stuff, not logged in as you or anybody else, just as a guest. So you can't comment and you can't subscribe, but you can get watch hours by doing that. And if you got them in a playlist, like all of your live streams where you're walking the dogs, put them in a playlist, and then you can just click the playlist and let that watch all the way through. That will help you with watch hours. I've been lazy. I've got only a few videos. Well, it's hard to do. Vertical lives are great for watch hours. Yes. Horizontal, not so much. To be honest, YouTube doesn't see. I would prefer, when I go fishing, we're going to do some fishing stuff. I'm going to try to turn the camera back horizontally because I want everybody to see the beautiful environment. But I know YouTube's not going to push that out very well. They're not going to push that out. But it'll give you a better environment to see. You'll be able to get to see the lake, maybe some people. But, I've heard that can track the IP address. Well, yeah, but it's still not going to hurt you. It doesn't matter. Everybody does it. I mean, if you want to create ninja accounts, everybody does that too. So I don't think YouTube is not worried about tiny channels. They're just not. If you need watch hours, that's what I would do. Well, Bud Brown did that, and he had to start a new channel. He did what? Bud Brown didn't realize he could be monetized, and he couldn't monetize his original channel. From the video I saw of him talking about this, what he said was, look, I started my YouTube channel. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know to monetize it. I never monetized it. It was way big. And then I went to monetize it, and YouTube wouldn't let me do it, so I had to start a brand new one. That's what in one of his videos he talked about. Yep. Watch hours are hard. Live streams are great. And you do a lot of live streaming. And I know they're hard to do. I try to do a little bit of everything. I try to do videos. I try to do a lot of live streams. I try to do some shorts. Try to do a little bit of everything. I don't know. I almost think random live streams like this work best versus scheduling them. Because for a couple of years, I scheduled a Thursday night live stream all the time, and all I got was the same 15, 16 people. I never got anybody new. It was all the same regular guys who wanted to come hang out for a few hours, which is great, but I couldn't grow that way. I wasn't growing. So when Claude and Jessica living in the Philippines YouTube channel, he's out in Texas too, he recommended started doing this, and things got much better. Watch hours went up, everything went up. Yeah, Ma. He used to live in the Philippines. I think he's in Mexico or California now. I did hear somebody say that he was thinking about going back to the Philippines, but I got the feeling with his age and his wife's health that they were going to stay in America or go live in Mexico. But he has family in California to where he could have that, because, they're getting up there in age. So they're not spring chickens anymore. So I think he's either in America or in Mexico, on the good side of Mexico. One of the two, I think, is where he's at. But Bud Brown's a very interesting man, very smart man. I mean, he was what do they call that? A linguist in the military. Very smart man. But yeah, so that's what you guys want to do. You got to do live streams, and try to have fun with it. And hopefully you get a lot of views out of it. But yeah, watch, these help. I'm going to be on here for a couple of hours tonight, and I will probably get 50 or 60 watch hours from it. So that's a good thing. That's how you do. And you're doing that with yours. But you got, didn't they lower the watch hours? Does anybody know for sure? Didn't they lower it from 1,000 to 500? Or am I wrong about it? I don't know, because I've been monetized a long time. So isn't the new rule you can be monetized at 500 subscribers, not 1,000, and 500 hours or something? I don't know. I think there's some new rules out there about that. I know I got a couple of the YouTube channels, like Cruising with PAC is one of my YouTube channels. It's a small one. I'm not doing much with it yet, but I've got it kind of set up to where when I do cruising stuff, I can put it on that. I got another one called Fishing with PAC, and I'm turning that into my fishing channel. But I realize I've accidentally tried to go live on it a couple times, and I got to have at least 50 subs on Fishing with PAC in order to do that. And I only got like 7 or 10. But I haven't been working it either. But this spring, I'm hoping to start putting some videos out on Fishing with PAC and try to get to my 50 subscribers, because then when I'm out fishing, I can go live on Fishing with PAC. And that's what I want to do. That's why I did that. So, but Pat says, yep, he thinks that's what they did, is change the rules. Let me see. Here, I'm going to try to, I'm going to log into my Fishing with PAC. If anybody wants to go to this channel, and subscribe, it'd be helpful. You see Fishing with PAC there? That's my my young fishing channel that I'm trying to do something with. I don't know how to copy the link on my stuff here, but hello to you all from Fishing with PAC. I haven't seen Tim K and his wife's channel for a while. I haven't either. But then again, I don't like Tim K. I don't like his mannerisms. I don't think he's a bad guy. I'm not saying that. I think if you want to know the truth, and I always say the truth whether you like it or not, I think he's kind of creepy. I respect his military service. I respect the things that he's done in life, and that he's a smart guy. And he was very good at figuring out how to make YouTube go crazy. But I will say, if Tim K had an ugly Filipina wife, his channel would not have gotten big as it is. Early on, he was able to use that his young wife was pretty and she smiled to blow up his channel. And he talked about that some. But I think he has some good stuff out there. But I do find him a little creepy. But I do respect him as a human being because he is a military guy and I am not. So he did way more than I ever did. And he has some construction knowledge and project management knowledge. So yeah. But, and I know his wife started a YouTube channel, but he made a lot of money. But he also made a lot of enemies. And he caused a lot of problems in the Philippines. And that's okay. That's on him. I don't begrudge anybody. There's nobody that I truly don't like. There's a lot of people I don't watch at all because they're not my thing. And I don't like to watch the channels where they're kind of perverting the girls, especially the men who's kind of, my wife is on my channel a lot. And it is because it's our channel, right? Actually, my wife's channel, I took it over. But my wife's on our channel, but I don't think anybody could ever see that you've seen my wife look anything but professional on our channel. She's never, done anything bad. So she's still listening. Thank you. And what are you having for breakfast, by the way? We're going to have a Filipino breakfast here one of these days. Our good friend James Robinson sent me some of the stuff I need. Because we can't buy it here. He's out in California, so there's a lot of Asian stores there. Traditional Filipino breakfast for me, that only one I like, some rice, fried egg, and some corned beef hash. So we're going to do that soon. Yep, he did. See him then, to brother. Yeah. So I'm not big on those channels. I don't know. But I don't think anybody could ever say my wife is. Now look, you don't want to mess with my wife. My wife is the type that on YouTube that if somebody, is being bad, man, she will attack. And so I tell her sometimes, shh, it's relaxed. It's just YouTube, not a big deal. Yeah, there's a lot of bad channels out there. The sad thing, Pat and Chi and everybody else hanging out with us tonight, is the bad channels get a lot of traction. They get a lot of people want to see bad. It's kind of like watching a train wreck, right? And I know that, but I just can't do it. I really can't. I don't want, it's like we were talking about earlier today, positivity equals positivity, negativity equals negativity. If you're on the YouTube or TikTok or whatever it is, TikTok, I don't know, whatever it is, if you're out there putting out negative stuff, right, then that energy has to be zapping you, right? I mean, you can not be affected, I think, if you're a negative person, if you're hating, if you're like some of those troll channels that want to go and attack other channels, you can't live in negativity, even if it's for a job on YouTube, and not suffer the consequences of that negativity in your life. So yes, they do right. Mothball says karma. Yes, karma. Huge thing, right? True. Be positive. That's right. We got to be positive. So I can't do the negative crap. Now, look, I'm not going to put up with anybody's crap, and you guys all know that, and you know that I'm a straightforward person. And you know that I will tell you exactly what I think, even if you don't like it and you never talk to me again. That's okay. But I really believe that those guys had to have, yuck in them. It's I don't know, that grandpa vlogger guy who's a parasite, but he's not even a good parasite. He's not good. You got to know, yuck. Some of those other troll channels, we've had subscribers like that Vincent guy who I ran off my channel that was so ugly and negative that you got to just know that he must be living a horrible life. Granted, he's probably an alcoholic and he doesn't care, but why would you want to do that? And then on YouTube, as a business, why would you want to create a channel that's going to drive you down a dark road? I don't understand it. I know you do it for money, and I think because you do it for money, you're a coward. I do. I think you're a coward. When you create chaos just for the sake of creating chaos in hopes of making money off of the chaos, I just think you're a coward. And to be honest, you probably couldn't fight your way out of a wet paper bag. You probably couldn't think your way out of a basement. So that's why they do it. It's easy to be negative. It's very, very easy to go negative, right? It just is. Just, look, people, boom. And so they take the easy way out, but you got to know they have to be miserable with themselves. I do wish, but it's not my business. I think everybody has the right to do whatever they want to do on YouTube. But YouTube has its own set of rules and guidelines. So YouTube is the boss. Whether we like it or not, this is not a First Amendment protected activity. YouTube is not that. X is now. YouTube is not. YouTube is a company, and we're using their platform. If they don't like what you say and do, they can do away with you. This is their business. It is not free speech on YouTube. Pat says, I was on a channel on someone else's YouTube. This person was trolling me, following me everywhere I went. And other channels saying bad things, not good. Yeah, but here's what I'm going to say. This person was rude. Well, but they did it because they got right. They did it for a purpose. And they were remember, everybody, even me, everybody does everything you do. There's a reason for it. And there's usually a reward that we get. We get something out of our activities. Even myself, doing YouTube, trying to be positive, Look, I used to be a teacher, so I was used to giving lectures all the time. This is my substitute for that. That's what I get out of this. I get validation. I get to feel like I'm human. That's what I get out of doing this. So, trolls are looking for a reaction. If you give it to them in the negative way, you're giving them what you want. And Pat, I know you've seen on my channel, because you've been around long enough, when the trolls come here, we have a very good time with the trolls. And we take advantage of the trolls. And then the trolls get mad and they leave. So you can't let people get under your skin, is what I'm saying. I was telling somebody that just today. He called me and I'm talking to him. He has some issues. And I'm going over them with him. And I told him, I said, look, my friend, you just can't take it personal. You can't let him, when somebody gets under your skin, they win. Trolls are the same way, right? You get trolls in all different forms. You get trolls that want to do the race thing, the sex thing, the religious thing. If you don't believe what they believe, you're wrong and you're horrible and you're going to go to hell. So there's a lot of different ways trolls do that. But Pat, what I encourage you to do is just laugh at them and just don't acknowledge them. Seeing that? Yep, that's right. Yeah. So that's what we have to do with our trolls. I like trolls. I think trolls are great. And I don't know what has happened. I've told you guys this last time I was on a couple weeks ago, since my PTSD flared up on me, that I like trolls. I don't know where all the trolls went. I used to get trolls, but now they don't come around anymore. I don't know what happened. Maybe nobody loves me anymore. But they never got their way on our channel, right? All of you guys would help me make fun of them, and then they'd get mad and go away. But they're really good for a channel because, one, you get somebody watching, you're getting a lot of comments, so you bring it out in them to get more comments. And I will do that on like Sanders' channel. If I'm ever on his YouTube channel, and if he has a troll, I'm going to try to drag that troll out as long as he is not going across the line, and because the more you play with the troll, the more chat you get. The more chat you get, the more YouTube looks at that live stream and goes, wow, that's an active live stream. We need to help get that out even more, because if we get more people to come to that live stream, there's a good chance somebody will give them money. If somebody super chats me, YouTube gets 30% of it. So it's all a business proposition, a business formula. That's what this is. That's why when we get donations through super chats and stickers, YouTube really loves it, because they make money. And the more the channel, more of those you get, super chats and all of those things the channel gets, the more YouTube is going to push you. I don't care what YouTube says or does, but the algorithm is going to look at that and go, woo-hoo, one of our criteria. If you have a very high chat rate, if you have a high number of likes and subscribes and shares on coming off of your live streams, if you have 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 people, I've never had more than 40 people in a, no, I take that back. Let me say this. I've never had more than 40 people sustained in a live stream. I've had about 80 at one point in time, but a lot of them were just popping in and popping out, or however that works. So it's a business. You know, we prefer, you know, and we're still collecting donations for school supplies in the Philippines. We're almost done with that, so we only got a few weeks left that we're even taking any more donations. But we prefer everything to go to PayPal. We have a PayPal link, right? And look, super chats, YouTube gets 30%, and I got to pay taxes on it. So when you give me $10, I get about $5.40. That's just the way it works. And that's okay. That's just business. But there are people like me that are e-beggars. Remember? Let me get this out, because everybody likes to talk about e-beggars. I'm definitely an e-beggar. I've been begging for months and months and months and months and months and months for somebody to give me $5 million. I mean, I'm keep asking. I mean, you know, somebody said I was asking for too much, so I lower it to like 4.9 million. But I would really like to have a donation of $5 million. And yes, it will be a donation. And I don't know why nobody will give it to me. I don't understand. I see all over YouTube e-beggars getting stuff. And I just don't know why I can't get the $5 million for my beach house. I don't understand it. I don't know. I wish somebody would explain it to me. I mean, I got the shirt and I got the hat. All I need is the beach house. So, and I have no money. So somebody out there in YouTube land, you know, $5 million would be great. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm honest. I'm going to take your $5 million, or if all, maybe I got to get 5 million people to give me $1. Maybe that's the solution. I don't know. Maybe I should start a GoFundMe account, right? Is that what they do, GoFundMe? Maybe I should do that. And everybody just give me $1. So, or maybe $2, and that'd be 2.5 million people. It might be easier. But what I want to do is take your $5 million. I'm going to take 2.5 million of that. I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to take the other 2.5 million, put it in investments, and then we're going to pay the taxes and insurance off of the revenue we gain off of the investment of the 2.5 million. That's what I'm going to do. That's why I need $5 million. But I just don't know why nobody gives it to me. I don't understand. I mean, I do need to get a new mobility scooter. I got to try to buy one this year. So I got to do that. But we're getting ready to go to Alabama. Oh, I was going to tell you guys something. You know what I found? Look, I found a phone, an iPhone. You see this? It's an iPhone. I found this. It's like a little bitty baby one. I think Lorelai said she thought it was like an iPhone 6 or 7. But I found this. Interesting, right? And you won't believe where I found it. You know, it looked like, I don't know. I mean, it's in really good shape. It was really dirty when I found it. But, you know, a couple years ago, I bought a chair on Facebook. A big comfy chair, and I got it sitting outside, protected from the weather. But that's what I sit in during the summer, my nice cushy chair. Only paid like $25 for it, but not a big deal. When we move this next time, I'll probably just sell them for $5 each and get rid of them. But the other day, I'm working in my backyard, right? Because spring is coming. So I kind of need to get the patio furniture cleaned up. I need to get it rearranged back in place because during the winter months, what I do is I take all of our patio furniture and I bring it all together. I put the cushions in one place. I move everything close and I cover everything up for the winter. And then the spring, I take it all apart. I wash it and clean it. And so the other day, I also use bug spray, Home Defense, and that white and red with the red label, Home Defense, you get it at Walmart, Lowe's. I use that every year on the outside of my house, but I also use it on my patio furniture. So I spray my patio furniture down with it. So I took the big cushion off of my nice comfy chair. I make everybody else sit in the lawn furniture, but I sit in my chair. But I took the cushion off and I was just squirting and spraying Home Defense around the chair because make sure there's no bugs living in it during the winter. Because I don't want to come out there in the spring, sit down in my nice comfy chair and get bit by a gigantic spider that kills me or something. So I wanted to Home Defense it. And so I pulled the cushion off and was doing all that. And I looked at it a little glance and I saw something black. I saw just this little tip here. And I'm like, well, I wonder what that is. Is that, did I break something? So I reached down and got this in the side of the chair. It was way deep down in the side of the chair. And it came out. It was filthy, dirty, nasty. So, but look, it works. It thinks it's February the 14th. I don't know what you can do with it. We don't know the passcode, obviously. My phone is disabled because I've been playing with it. But it took a charge. I put it on a charger. It came alive. It has 90% battery since yesterday. Pretty interesting, right? I don't think it's good for anything. It's probably 10 generations old. But how fun is that to be able to find something kind of weird, right? Here, check back in 5 minutes. Your phone is disabled. Kind of weird. I don't know what year it thinks it is. That would be the interesting thing. If we could ever figure out what year this phone thinks it is, I would like to know that. Because I would like to know how long it's been sitting in that chair. So, I don't know. Pretty cool. A lot of fun. I will tell everybody out there, we're talking about trolls a little bit and bad channels. I'm going to say this just so everybody knows. Because I'm sure he doesn't appreciate it. But if you all guys all know Jack's channel, Jack Hobson, I kind of kicked him out of the channel and banned him and all of that stuff because of his behavior. And I tried to do it nicely and it didn't work. And so he called me a bunch of horrible names. And so I basically said, well, I'm done with you. I don't want anything to do with you. Because you're a scammer. But two, you're not going to call me names and then think we're going to chat. But he's been bugging me. He's been sending me messages. And he's been actually trying to call me. And I won't answer. And somebody told me the other day that's because he's needing money because he has root canal or root problem. But he always has something wrong. There's always something. I'm an e-beggar, but at least you guys know what I'm going to do with the money. So, but just everybody knows in case he says anything out there, because some of you guys know him. Lorelai and I the other day just blocked him from everything. Because we don't want to deal with this drunk ass. 503,000. Okay, 503,000. All right. Well, Sanders, one thing I'm going to do, I promise you, I'm going to take my desktop that I'm logged into YouTube as me, and I'm going to go to your channel tonight, and I'm going to run your playlist. And I think I got another iPad that's not logged into anybody that I'm going to run your playlist to. So I'll do that during the night tonight for you. May not be that many, but I can do that. And hopefully everybody else will help him get his watch hours too. Okay, so you're at almost 1,000 subs and 1,077 hours. Wow. Yeah, everything counts. Everything helps. So we can do that for you. We can help out that at least. We can do that. And everybody else, if you guys would do that too, it'd be great. Because that's what we got to do. You got to build those watch hours. These, I'm lucky and blessed that if I didn't do live streams, for some reason my videos still get enough views that it covers my watch hours. Not by much, but I'm covered on just people watching my old videos. So I'm very happy about that. Because I have several videos that, get watched regularly. Pat says, I'm thinking about getting an iPad on Amazon. Why are you going to buy it on Amazon? We have iPads. We've always had them. We probably have 3 or 4 dead ones around here. So save up and get one. Yeah, they're expensive. So, I mean, you can get the lesser ones, the smaller iPads, not bad. And thank you, David. Punching the clock to make some money. Absolutely, buddy. Well, and that's what we all start this for. I mean, I started my YouTube channel as a way because I was disabled and I wasn't teaching anymore. I wasn't doing any consulting. I was bored stiffless. It was just horrible life. I hate retirement. I hate it. I hate retirement. I hate being retired. So I started mine in hopes of being a teaching channel. And well, nobody cared about me teaching them anything. So that didn't work, so we kind of punted. Pat says, that's the only place I shop at. Okay. Well, I bought things from the Apple store, apple.com. And I bought Lorelei one of the newest, greatest, fanciest, prettiest watches. And we bought the last 2 iPads that we're currently using. She has one, I have one, from apple.com, not Amazon. So that's what we've done. And why is because then we know for sure what we're getting. And a lot of times you can get like a $50 Visa card or something, this or that. So that's why and the earbuds, what are they called? The things in here that Lorelei uses. I bought them for her. We got those at apple.com. So we didn't get those on Amazon. I like Amazon, don't get me wrong. The rice cooker that you're going to see the video about here in a couple of days is from Amazon. We're going to go to Alabama and we're going to stay in an Airbnb. And since Lorelei eats rice, I don't, and the dogs eat rice, we always take a rice cooker with us when we go to Airbnbs because there's not a rice cooker there. But I got a mini one on Amazon for like $25 so that we can pack it in the car and take it with us versus taking our bigger one with us. So I got it off Amazon. I ordered a couple other things. We order thousands. Amazon should be kissing my butt as much crap as we ordered off of Amazon. And the sad thing is, I've gotten to the point where a lot of times it's easier to order it off Amazon than to go to the damn store and buy it. So I'm looking like the rice cooker there. Well, look, I look at Walmart.com or when we go shopping, I look and look and look, or I can go to Amazon, narrow it down, figure out what I want, look at the price, go to Walmart.com, compare the price, go to Lowe's.com, compare the price, and go, well, and I got Amazon Prime, it can get here in 2 days. I can wait 2 days for a rice cooker that we need in 3 weeks. Not a big deal. I have to check that, Brother David, Apple.com. Yeah, and what I'm saying is we love Amazon, but when it comes to our high-end electronics or Apple products, we actually buy them from the Apple store, except for the iPhones. We usually got to buy them, at the cell phone place. So, but that's what we do. It's like, and I'm also big on this. One thing I learned, or I have learned, is a couple things. Last winter, I don't know when it was, last year, I bought Lorelei one of those really high-end JBL party karaoke systems. One of those big boxes, boom boxes with the microphones, and it's all wireless, YouTube or Bluetoothy. One of those. I bought her one of those. You guys have probably seen it in the videos. And I looked around. I looked at Amazon. I looked around at third-party websites. And on Amazon, I started reading some reviews and started to realize some of those people are selling fake ones, and they're putting JBL labels on fake speakers and selling them as, but they turn out not to be. So I spent six or $700 on her system. So I bought it directly from JBL.com. I went to their website, found what I wanted. I actually got a really good deal on it. Saved about $150. I ordered it from them. So I'm kind of that type of guy. I've won tons of gift cards on Amazon at As of Quick. Yeah. And you should definitely use those gift cards on Amazon and take advantage of that. I agree. I like Amazon. I really do. We buy crap loads of stuff from Amazon. I wish we could use Lazada because they got a lot of weird Asian crap, but we can't buy it here. But so that's just me when it comes to high end. I would never buy. I bought Lorelai's sister a laptop off of Amazon because we needed it right away because she was in Chicago starting her teaching and she had to have a laptop immediately. And Amazon could ship it to her directly. So I bought her a laptop. But I would never buy a computer system off of Amazon. I might buy a monitor, but I don't know enough about computers to figure out whether I'm getting ripped off or not. So I'm very, leery about just stuff like that. I just am. I just am. I think Toomey is an interesting website to buy crap off of. I do think their stuff is cheap, and it is cheap. Lorelai likes gadgets too, and she's bought me some gadgets, and they're crap. They are crap. Crappily made, poor quality. But the concept is pretty cool, but they ripped off somebody else's ideal and made their own or whatever, just cheap Chinese crap. But here's what I'm going to say about Toomey that I don't mind. I think their clothing is a really good deal. Lorelai and I both, Lorelai has bought herself and has bought me clothes off of Toomey, and they've come in and they're very good quality. I mean, really good quality. And she bought me a couple of sweatshirts that I looked at and I'm like, now wait a minute. This is the exact same brand as, I can't remember another brand here, that's sold in America. It's just not branded, but it's the exact same damn thing. So I don't know, maybe it's just unbranded. Yeah, so, yep, you got to a tablet, brand new one, Amazon, never had any problems. Yeah, okay, nice. And I think you can. I'm not saying you can't, it's just we're a little picky. Maybe we're prima donnas, I don't know. But we're just kind of picky about it. But Toomey has had some good clothes. I mean, really good stuff. Lorelai's bought some winter stuff and went, woohoo, it's good quality. I don't know where they're getting it at or who was supposed to, because I think what they've done is they bought it before Levi Strauss puts their stamp on it. So I think they're selling us stuff before it's name brand. So, you get a sweatshirt that could be a Nike sweatshirt, but it's not branded, and that's what Toomey is selling. It's all good stuff. So I have no problems with their clothing. None at all. But the little egg dispenser Lorelai bought me, just a piece of crap. A lot of things we bought off of them, little kitchen gadgets, but they're really cheap. $1, $2, and they're only worth half that. So, but it's all right. So I think you got to be a little picky with certain things. But we are in the mode for us is we got to not buy stuff. We have everything we need. We have more clothes than I could ever wear. I'm collecting tropical shirts, so I still get tropical shirts, And I have people send me tropical shirts, for free. But I love tropical shirts and hats and watches. So I'm still collecting those, but we're not spending much money is part of my point. It's kind of like, we put $500 into Lorelai's SUV the other day, her Subaru. We had a problem with the seat malfunctioning. That was covered under warranty. Well, it was $389, so $400. And it was time, we have 28,000 miles on it, so it was time for it to have its 30,000 mile checkup and review. And we could have got it done cheaper somewhere else, but it was already at the dealership because her car only has 28,000 miles on it. I'm not taking her Subaru that may be still under warranty to a shade tree mechanic. I'm not doing it. I'm not even taking it to Firestone to work on. I wanted to take it to the dealership because our intention is to keep her car for a very long time. It's top of the line. It's a great car to drive. She loves it. We don't need to buy another one. We should be able to get 100, 150, 200,000 miles out of the car. So, and we don't drive that much. So we've had it 3 years and it has 28,000 miles on it. And we bought it with 2,000 miles used. So we're also like that. We don't want to waste. We're trying to do better as we get older, not to be financially wasteful. We're trying really hard to be better stewards of our lives and of our money. And so it's like I have my old Dodge pickup truck, right? And it's a 2000 and, I don't know what it is. It's 2000 and something, Dodge Dakota. Really like it. It's the big beefy one. It has the big motor in it. It's 4-wheel drive. It has the fender flares. It looks like a nice, big, hard guy's truck. And it was the top of the line when it came out. It has 140,000 miles. I'll take care of it. I'll drive it until I can't drive it anymore. I'm not an old man, but I'm not a spring chicken. So unless we just get a bunch of money, like somebody wants to donate $4,000 so I can buy a mobility scooter, just throw that out there, there's no reason for me to get rid of it. There's no reason for me to go buy a new truck. Even though they're pretty, they're nice, I would really like to have one. Man, I've looked at the new trucks and go, oh, whew, but 50 grand to sit out in my driveway. Because here's the thing, when I bought my truck 3 years ago, when we got back from, Jasmine's in the house. Everybody say hello to Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine, how are you? Thank you for coming in. When I bought my old truck 3 years ago, it had like 133,000 miles on it. It has like 140,000 now, so 7,000 miles in 3 years. I don't need a $50,000 a truck sitting in my driveway not being driven. That's a waste of money. So we're at that point in our lives where we are looking at financial feasibility for things that we want to do and enjoy. Jasmine says, doing good. Great, Jasmine. We appreciate you coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up if you haven't already done that. So how have you been, Jasmine? What's going on in your world? Is it cold, rainy, summer? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you hungry? What's going on in your world? We'd love to hear about other people's world versus just me. But we're really trying to embrace this thought of why be stupid and buy really expensive crap. That's one thing we're working on. We're trying to it's like our phones. I don't know what they are. But we keep getting a lot on our iPhones. I don't know what I'm on the damn iPhone. There it is. I couldn't find my iPhone because I'm talking to you on the iPhone. Nothing I live by. Oh, I love Miami. Well, don't love Miami. I love parts of Florida. Let me correct that. Been to Miami. I think the food in Miami. But what I think of in Miami is food. Is that sad? I think of some good food. But we're just not into, it's like when we go to Alabama in a couple of weeks, we're going to be looking for a house to buy because we're going to relocate where it's cheaper to live versus where we live now. Jasmine is down in Miami where it's very expensive to live, and she knows this. or the Coral Gables areas. So you got to move out of it, and I live in a very expensive area. If I can get out of here and go to an area that's less expensive so that we have more money in our pocket to enjoy life, to go on cruises, so that Lorelai doesn't have to work all so hard, even though she really enjoys working. You know what I mean? Then we can afford to enjoy life. So, but, nothing down by Miami. So, we thought long and hard about moving to Florida, Jasmine, believe it or not. It's where we would prefer to live, really would. And we have 3 different parts of Florida that we really like. Fort Myers, I lived there once before. I still like the Fort Myers area. The Cocoa Beach or Merritt Island over at the Space Center, and Destin, Florida. But Destin's expensive, that's where the rich people live. But the problem with Florida for us, why we're hesitant to move to Florida, is the property taxes and the insurance issue. So even if we could buy a house and pay cash and be debt-free, we may spend $10,000 or more a year keeping it up in Florida. And so that's concerning, and that's why we don't relocate to Cocoa Beach. Because we're in Cocoa Beach, we really like, it's laid back, not a lot going on, but not a lot of hurricanes there either. They never get hurricanes. That's why the Space Center's there. You know, you gotta think about this. It's like, why did NASA put the Space Center in by Cocoa Beach? Because they don't get hurricanes. For whatever strange reason, they don't get hit by hurricanes. So, we like it. It's a little slow for Lorelai, my wife, because there's not as much shopping to do, but Orlando's an hour away. So we really like that, and the houses are more expensive than Alabama for sure, but what we worry about is the carrying cost. Carrying cost of home ownership is what can kill you and can put you in bankruptcy. Because if you got to pay $10,000, $20,000 just to keep your house, and I know Governor Santos in Florida has been on this in the last few weeks saying, look, it's not fair that somebody buys a house, pays for it, and they got to keep paying and paying and paying and paying, even after the note is paid for. And I agree with that. I think it's a travesty that we got to keep paying taxes on something we already own. I live there 3 hours from Orlando. Okay. So yeah, Cocoa Beach is an hour east of Orlando, out to the water on the Indian River. It's kind of I don't know, I think it's a hidden gem because it's kind of laid back. There's a little bit of tourism, but not gigantic. There's not a lot of industry. It's kind of a little bit run down, but that's okay. It's kind of a sleepy little place. And we did eat sushi at a really good restaurant. So, and then we ate sushi at a really bad restaurant there. But that's right. So, but Orlando is about an hour away. So we would drive over in Orlando and do all the parks and things. So we really like Cocoa Beach for that reason. My wife's not a super fan because, there is a Sam's Club there and a Walmart and a Publix. But, yeah, besides bathing suits and beach towels, there's not a lot to go shopping for. But I don't know. We're looking at living in Alabama. And once we go to Alabama in a couple weeks, we're going to take you guys with us. So be ready to go to Alabama. We're going to be going to West Alabama and East Alabama, which is the lower part of Alabama where Foley, Orange Beach, Gulf Shores is, and then actually over into the Mobile side. So we're going to be neighborhood hunting, fishing spot hunting, because fishing is so important to me. We're looking for places to go fishing, parks, neighborhoods, little communities like Fairhope, Dolphin, Spanish Fort, Theodore over on the west side. We're going to be looking at all these areas that we think right now we might want to move to. That's why we're going there. We're going there for business, but we're going to take you guys with us. You're going to probably get to see, maybe we'll do some live streams driving around. We'll definitely take you fishing with us. So that's what we're going to do in Alabama, but we like Florida. Fort Myers, I think my wife in Florida, Fort Myers is in Florida, my wife would like that because it has all the big shopping. It has all the good stuff. But Fort Myers, we lived there years ago. I did, my brothers and I. But it's a little bit of a chaotic place. It can be a kind of bigger city vibe. And I'm a little bit more not so bigger city vibe. I didn't find Orlando to be that bad to get around in or anything. So Orlando wasn't bad. We've been to Destin, Florida, and Panama City, and all of that area, and we really like Destin, Florida. It's a beautiful place, but damn, is it expensive to live there? The fishing's great. The shelf is only 7 miles out, so you can boat out to 7 miles and you go deep. Great location, but man, but they keep it clean, unlike Panama City, Florida. We love Florida. I was gonna say we love Panama City, not really, because Panama City is a little dirty, a little grungy. It's in Lynn Haven, there's some nice areas. Don't get me wrong, and we would live there. We would, trust me, we'd live there because we love Florida, if we could. But it's a little dingy, a little run down looking, and that's kind of what Cocoa is. Cocoa Beach is a little old looking. It's a little, underdeveloped or old development, whatever you want to call it. You'll see some empty buildings, some old concrete buildings that just kind of sit there in disrepair. And you see those things. But we can live with that. We can tolerate that. So thank you all for being here once again. I'm drinking iced tea. One of the greatest things about warm weather, we can have iced tea again. So I'm very excited about that. I know you're going, what? How can you be excited about having iced tea? Well, I just am. I don't drink it during the winter because it's too cold during the winter. I like iced tea, so I drink iced tea during the summer. I really like it. It makes me happy. So I'm damn glad I can drink iced tea. I've been to Bradenton, Florida. I've been there. It's south of Fort Myers, north of Naples. I've actually been there. It's okay, I've heard of it, been there, and it's all right. Naples is all right. The problem with Naples, Florida, is it's at the west side at the tip, so it's the lowest city on the state. That's what I don't like about Naples so much, is I don't know. Naples is nice. Don't get me wrong. Naples is nice. But the fact where it's located just kind of bugs me. You got to drive an hour to get to Fort Myers, where everything is. To get out of the state, you're going to have to drive 20 hours to get out of the state, to get into Georgia, Tennessee. You're going to have to drive an hour. You're going to have to drive a day to get the hell out of Florida. So, but Naples is nice. If we could, I would live there if somebody would give me a beach house. You did a lot of business down there in Bradenton when you were young? Nice. So, we don't know where we're going to. We're looking at Pensacola, Florida, too, next Alabama. I don't know. Florida's more expensive than Alabama by far to buy houses in. And, of course, the carrying costs. So, we've had some opportunities to go to Georgia. We don't want to go to Georgia. Nothing wrong with Georgia. Lorelei's had some job offers to go work in Atlanta, Georgia. Not going to happen. Buy farm products and bringing them to Columbus, Indiana for your hometown. All right, so you're transporting farm goods or equipment or vegetables, live items. There's a lot of farmland in Florida, and there's a lot of places in Florida that's just kind of, out in the country. There's a lot of parts of Florida that's very country. You would get in there and go, wow. You think the Ozarks, where we live, can be very hillbilly-ish, crack and meth and drugs everywhere, people with no teeth. There's parts of Florida that you go, woohoo, holy crap. This is one rough place. It seemed like a lot of inbreeding type of places. But it's just Florida. For your farm, yes, vegetables and equipment. Okay, both. All right, nice. Nice. As we get older, we want to garden more. That's the reason we don't like it here is when it's too crowded, it's getting too busy. The winters are hard here for me. They're getting worse. The growing season is very short where we're at, 3-4 months max. And we would like to be in a place where we could have beds and flowers because Lorelai and I both are into being outdoors. And you guys all know that I have a lot of health issues. And so I sit here during the winter months and I basically lock myself in the house for 4 months out of the year and I hate it. And so at least if I go to Alabama, it'd probably only be 2 months out of the year. Maybe 1.5, I don't know. But here, it's bad for my mental health because it's so cold. Because I like being outside so much. That's why when I do a lot of live streams, I'm just sitting on my back porch. Because I like being outside. I don't mind the heat. When I was in the Philippines, I didn't care about the heat. As long as I had a breeze, I was good. That's partly why Alabama and Florida intrigue us so much. Because I can spend a lot of time growing things, making flower beds, putting in landscaping, hardscape and softscape, and making things look really cool. And that's our dream. Lorelai wants to grow vegetables. I want to grow flowers. So there you go. She would like to have a few chickens. She goes back and forth on that. But, and Lorelai's had job opportunities in California. And I've told her there's no way we're living in California. They don't, and she knows this because she's smart, but we looked at the job offer and I looked at the pay and I said, if you take what they're offering you to go work in California and the California cost of living and what you make here and our cost of living, you're losing money in California. So you're negative. And that makes sense. So you lose money by what they're willing to pay you in California because of the cost of living in California. So, plus we don't really like California. So there's no reason we'd go there. So we don't know what Lorelai's career is going to be, whether she's going to transfer, get lucky and transfer, or she'll just have to start over. We don't know. We're hoping she can get a remote job someday. If anybody knows if we're professional young ladies can get remote jobs, real jobs, it'd be good to know. But we're excited. We're going to go to Alabama. I told you guys. We're staying right outside of Foley, Alabama, which is just north of Gulf Shores, literally 20 minutes, because it's cheaper there. We've rented an Airbnb that's pet friendly. That costs us about $1,400 for the week. And but we're taking the dogs, and I have a whole list of houses. They're probably sold by now, but I've been collecting addresses of houses that we liked. And what we're going to do is go find those houses and drive by them and see if we like the neighborhoods. Then that way, and we're going to. I told Lorelai, I said, I don't know how we're going to do this because I'm not very smart when it comes to the computer stuff. But I'm asking Lorelai if she can take my phone or her phone and pull up the map, like Google Maps. And I don't know if she could put a pin or, I don't know if you can do that. Can anybody know? Can you pin something on your phone, on the map? So if she can pin things, then when we go to a neighborhood and go, yes, we like this, we're going to put a green pin. If we go to a neighborhood and go, we don't like it, we're going to put a red pin. So green is good, red is bad, right? And we're going to do that for all over the area. Whether we go to stores, fishing piers, parks, everywhere we go, if we like it or think it might be working for us, I want to drop a green pin. If we go to neighborhoods where we don't like it, we're going to drop a red pin. We looked at a house today on the internet that was beautiful. We would buy it in a heartbeat. But it had a $270 a month HOA. And we're not doing that. We don't want to do that. So I told her, I said, Lorelai knows this, she doesn't want to. We're not going to go live in a community where we got to pay an HOA. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. So that's something we got to be aware of. And I'm picking out houses that supposedly have no HOA. And we're looking for grocery stores. We're looking for Asian stores. We're looking for seafood stores. We're looking for fishing locations. And we did that in Alabama, or we did that in Florida. And we should have, hindsight's 2020. Man, what we should have did, because we had all the cash, we should have done two things a few years ago when we moved to the Philippines. We shouldn't have done it for a lot of reasons, and I'll make a video one of these years. But what we shouldn't have done that. We were in Cocoa Beach, sizing it up. What we should have done is took our money and bought a house in Cocoa Beach. We should have done it. We should have just did it and not moved to the Philippines. Or we should have took the money we had and bought a resort in the Philippines to have something to do in the Philippines, because it was boring as shit in the Philippines. But we should have just done that, but we didn't do it, so it didn't work out. Hindsight's 2020. But we got this house, we had it built while we were living in the Philippines, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully we can make some good money off of it, take that money and use it to be better off financially. Is our long-term goal. That's our big goal there. But we did that in Cocoa Beach. We drove all over, up and down the coastline. We found Sam's, we went to the Piggly Wiggly, we went to Walmart, we checked out the Asian stores, the restaurants, and we made notes of things because we were thinking about living there. But we already had everything in motion to go live in the Philippines, so we went and did it instead. But we should have just stayed in Cocoa. I think we would be happier today. But hindsight's 2020. What do I know? You live and learn. When we came back from the Philippines, we should probably just went to Alabama, but we didn't do it. But we'll figure it out. We're going to try to sell this house for sell by owner. If anybody out there wants to buy a house, you can buy this one. It's a great house. It has all the upgrades you get that the builder offered. So we would give you a decent price without a real estate agent. We're going to sell it for sell by owner and do that again. We've done that a few times, so we're gonna do that. So we're got a lot to do this year, and we're going to be when we get back from Alabama, we'll either be excited about Alabama or we won't. So that's why we're going. We're going to spend a week there, doing all of this research to decide yes, we will go forth with Alabama, or no, we will not, and we will find a different location. We have found all over the internet a lot of beautiful homes, nice homes, at really good prices in Texas. Problem is, they're really close to the border, and we don't want to live that close to the Mexican border. Or they're in places like Bay City or Beaumont, Texas. And you guys, if you don't know, Beaumont and all that area there is heavily polluted by industry. But it's a cheap, cheap place to live. Tim is in the house. Tim, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up and coming in. So the Beaumont, Texas area is nothing but industrial manufacturing there. PVC, oil and gas. It's very cheap to live there, but it's also a nasty place to live. So it's kind of like those houses we found down by the border. Beautiful homes, beautiful brand new homes. Just unbelievably cheap. But one, they have very small yards, and two, they're right almost on the border. Tim, what's going on in the Philippines? How are you doing these today? We hope everything is going well in the Philippines. So that's our big plan for Alabama. If we don't get a good vibe, and we can go, yeah, this would be the smart decision to come here to live, then I don't know what we're going to do. Pat saying hello to Tim. Yes. So I don't know what place we'll look at. We'll have to look at Florida again, I guess. Trying to stay cool is 101 yesterday. Wow. Gotta love the Philippines. You gotta love the tropics. And then you gotta love the fact they build everything out of concrete or tile, right? Says hello to you, Pat. So I thought that was I like the Filipino style homes very much. I actually they're made out of hollow block or and they use a lot of tile everywhere. I like that, I really do. But you gotta realize that stuff's gonna get hot. You know, we've actually thought about buying a lot or land and building a Filipino style house here in America. Very Filipino style. Not a nipa hut, but one of the hollow block houses, nice one. But I don't know any builders readily that could do it. So, because we like the vibe. Now, granted, we would rearrange it to our liking, but I like them. But there's a paint, and I told Lorelai, I said, one thing we'd have to do, or the smart thing would be to do, is on the outside of these brick houses, or these hollow block houses, or cinder block houses here, when they paint them white, or you use a thing called cool deck. Cool deck is a paint, and you can color it, that goes on the surface of concrete. And you can walk on it and it never gets hot. That's what I had on my swimming pool deck. I had cool deck all the way around. So no matter how hot it was, the concrete never got hot. I would paint these brick houses with that. That would do a lot of energy there. Once the house gets hot, it stays hot for a long time. That's it. And that's where this cool deck, when you paint it on there, it doesn't allow the energy to be absorbed. It's called electrometric paint. Really, is that what it's called? I'm gonna have to Google that some more. But yeah, I had it on my swimming pool deck, right? We had a big concrete deck around the pool. And worked great. They tinted it a nice little cream color. It was really pretty. And it had they textured it and looked really nice. And man, it was great. You never had to worry about getting your feet burned. When you stepped off of it onto the rocks, there's a different story. I don't know. I don't know how expensive it is, but my thought would be, man, I would be painting those hollow block houses with those. Is what I would be doing. It's kind of like, I don't understand why roofing tiles are black. Black absorbs energy. I know they put the granules in it, but that's not enough to reflect the energy back off. I've always told them, said they should be manufacturing white roofing tiles with the crystals so it doesn't absorb and it reflects back up. That would be the smart thing to do, is to make white roofs, not black ones. And they do have some metal roofs that are white, and I've seen that in the Philippines, but a dark roof is going to absorb the energy. So there's a lot of things you can do passively from an energy standpoint that would be very helpful in the Philippines. Definitely run more fans. But I will say this, I like Filipino houses. I like them very much. So HTN's in the house saying hello to everybody. Everybody say hello to Henry, HTN. Thank you for the thumbs up, Henry. How are you down there in your part of the world? I got some message from some other friends that live in Mississippi. They sent me some pictures of some tornadoes that were out by New Orleans and stuff, so that was kind of cool. Doing good. So yeah, we like them. I like, especially in the Gulf Coast, I would build a Filipino house and I would have all the electric come out of the ceiling on conduit, and I would have it 6 feet up. So when it floods, you don't got to redo your electric. And then you just scoop out of the crap, wash down the house, right? And you're good to go again. No sheetrock. You just lease it for another year. Nice, nice. So that must mean you're happy with it. And that's what's important. That's what's important. Well, we're hoping to sell this one this year. Tim, if you're interested in it, I'll make you a good deal. You just send me a whole bunch of cash, and it can be your house. But we're hoping to sell this year and move. But so, Tim, you must really like your area. Is there anything particular that you like about the area that you're in? I mean, is there something that makes you go, I don't want to move in a different area? Or has it just become comfortable? Henry, how are you doing on your truck? Did you get it done yet? You working on your truck or your car? Or both? You might be working on both. I can't remember. I've been offline for about a week or so because my heart fluttered up a little bit, but my brain acted up. I started having a little bit of PTSD, so I was having trouble thinking and concentrating and understanding what was going on around me. So I took some time off to try to get my brain to work. My house doesn't leak and my street doesn't flood. That sounds like a country song. Boom, boom, boom. Baby, my house don't leak and my street don't flood. Baby, come on over. The house don't leak and the street don't flood. You could write a country song. Somebody could. I am getting there. I am working on my car. Nice, nice. We just put Lorelei's car in the shop the other day and had it worked on, which is fine. Some of it was under warranty, and I had the 30,000 mile service done where they changed all the fluids and everything. So her car is good. It has like 8 miles on it, so not quite 30,000. But since we're going to be traveling a bunch this summer, I went ahead, and it cost like $380 for them to do it. But really happy with it. You know, Subaru does a great job, I think. You know, $380. Every fluid was changed. Everything was checked. Now, granted, we just put new tires on it. My tires are rotated. Everything. So I think it was okay for $380. When I go to the Philippines, I look for 3 or 4 bedroom houses. Wow. Wow, those are big, big houses. 3 or 4 bedroom houses, those are big houses. I mean, the one we had, the condo was a 1 bedroom. The house we rented was a 2 bedroom. Yeah, it's not a bad price, not a bad price. The seat messed up, but all of that was covered under warranty. And while I was there, they said, hey, you know, your 30,000 mile is around the corner. And I'm like, well, all right. Yeah. So they did it all. So I'm happy with that. Pat saying hello to you. HDN saying hello back. So that's what we've been doing. My truck, I put new tires in my pickup truck. Now that cost me $8,000. But I'm really happy with the new tires I got. My truck drives so much smoother and better because the old tires I had on it, they still had quite a bit of tread. I was getting slow leaks in one of them, and it was, you know, over time it would go flat. I'd air it up over a few weeks, you know. So, but when I took it to the tire place, I had 2 of my tires that had some separation in them, you know, where it kind of has a wiggle. And that's why it kind of rode so bouncy rough. I just thought it's because it was an old truck. But after getting these new tires on it, man, my truck drives great. It just drives, woohoo. Well, that ran $1,000. So we spent a lot of money. We're trying not to spend money this year, but damn, are we spending money this month? You know, Lorelei's car, my truck. Oh, the Airbnb, which is, you know, well over $1,000 for the Airbnb. The only thing I'm excited about, everybody, is gas is going down. So when we take our trip to Alabama in a few weeks, maybe it won't cost us as much in gas. So we're excited about that. But and we're going to take our groceries with us, our doggies with us, fishing poles. I bought a cool bag. Oh, I didn't need to buy it. I bought a... eggs, taking the eggs, that's right, the damn eggs are, you know, I told Lorelai we can't buy any more eggs. We don't eat eggs fast enough. So, no more eggs. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't trust tires from Amazon. I don't trust tires anywhere necessarily, but I like Firestone, and they give you all the rotation and everything I need. So, I know you can buy tires cheaper from third parties and things like that. I'm just not super big on that one. So yeah, we got to take the eggs with us, take the rice. I bought Lorelei a new rice cooker. Oh, I got a bag for my fishing poles, right? Because we take fishing gear with us to Florida, everywhere we go. We take fishing gear. And we usually got to kind of fit them into the back of the car, you know, because I take ultralights and I take two larger ones for bigger fish. And I either got to break them down and they get all tangled up and messed up. But for about $30, I got this bag, this rod holder bag that holds 7-foot rods. And if they don't fit in Lorelei's car very well, I'm going to put them in this bag. And this bag is designed where it has enough clips on it that I can clip it to the roof rack of her car. So I can tie it onto the rack of her car underneath to where it won't flow up like this and latch it on because it has a whole bunch of eyelets where you can click things to it to hold it in place. So, and it's waterproof, all of that. And so I got something that I can put out. It might be kind of weird looking, but if we need to, I got a place to store the fishing rods and reels while we travel to Alabama that's not inside the car. I thought sometimes getting small places in Alabama, it's nice. Alabama's nice, yeah. We like Florida better, like I've said, but, you know, poor people can't be beggars, you know. One thing, one thing that's hard for a lot of people, especially myself, to understand is life is what it is. I don't have $5 million to buy what I want to buy and do what I want to do. So I'm not ever going to be able to make any more money because I'm disabled. You know, back when I was working, I was making big money and I should have done better with my money. If I was still healthy, I could still be making $150,000+ a year or better. So we could be doing a lot better, but it's just not reality. So you got to live within what your reality is. That's what I keep trying to tell myself is, look, I can't live in that nice house that I want to live in on the water, so I got to do what I can do with the money that I got. And living in this part of the country we don't enjoy because of the weather, as you guys all know. So if we can manage to have a better quality life in southern Alabama and afford it, then that's what we're going to do. And that's the whole purpose in it. You got to work within the means that you have. And I know a lot of people spend today and hope for tomorrow, but we don't do that. Well, we do that, I guess. You know, but we're trying not to spend and hope for more tomorrow. We're trying to manage very well. We're trying to be good stewards of our money. And that's what we do that. Hey, there you are. If anybody hasn't seen our good friend Flora, she has a great big YouTube channel. You guys go check Flora out. She's great. Thank you for being here. Long time no see. Yeah. Time for me to go to the gym, Tim says. Take care, everybody, says Tim. It is. It's been a long time. I've seen some of your stuff. I've been off the internet just for about a week or so, 10 days. I've been under the weather psychologically, so I took a little bit of a break. But thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. I know you work hard on your YouTube channel, and you keep it growing, and I appreciate your support of our YouTube channel. And but thanks for coming in. Mothball says, take care, Tim. Have fun at the gym. So, yeah, I got to get back in the groove of doing lives and everything and dropping videos. Are you? Yeah, I feel better now. You know, I was on a live stream a while back, the last one I did before this one, and I was feeling weird, and I think my heart was acting up a little bit because I got a heart failure. But my brain started to malfunction. I have what I call squishy brain from my coma, right? So the coma I was in, I suffered some brain damage. So I call it squishy brain. And I was having a lot of issues that night, and which, you know, just makes my PTSD from the coma come back. And so I couldn't focus. I was having trouble thinking, concentrating, focusing, paying attention. And I felt like it just wasn't working. So I didn't know when I was going to feel better, but I took until tonight. I finally came back today. You know, Pat saying hello to you, Flora. Saying hello. Did you subscribe to her, Pat? Make sure you subscribe to her. I took some time off. My wife does live streams on the weekends a lot when she gets off work. I do them during the week, and we got a bunch of stuff coming up. Yeah, I'm better now. It's, I got to change my pacemaker this year, but it wasn't that. It was more of a weird brain thing. I don't know. I get these, it just happens. But I'm better now. I'm still, to be honest, still little weird in the head. I don't know why, but I am a little weird in the head. But I'm getting there. This is AI messaging me, up typing, darn it. Oh, that's all right, Pat. Hey, okay, yeah. Make sure you subscribe. She's got a big channel, a lot of followers. Good channel. She's live a lot. She's a liver now. Let me tell you, she can live stream from anywhere. I see Mothballs. Yes, Mothballs is a good guy. But oh, Tim already left. I was going to tell Tim because he knows him, but that's all right. So yeah, doing better. Trying to get in the mood. I'm trying to get psyched. We're going on a trip. We're going to do a lot of live streaming on the trip. So trying to get that going again, and you know how it is. You know how it is. So, but that's what we've been doing. I subscribe to your channel. Good, Flora? All right, good. Thank you, Pat, for doing that. I appreciate you doing that. Appreciate all the thumbs up if you haven't given us one yet, sharing out our live stream. We're going to go to Alabama because I know you're in the U.S., right? I think you're out west, if I remember right. You don't have to give your exact location or anything. Are you? I know you're gray on my channel for some reason. Did I make you a moderator so you can drop your link? All right. If you want to drop your link, I turned you blue. Maybe you're one of our members. So you can drop your link if you want. You're in Ohio. Oh, I was thinking you were out west for some reason, like Oklahoma or somewhere. Well, Oklahoma, Ohio, see, there's an O in there. Yeah, we're going to go to Alabama. We're thinking about moving to southern Alabama, lower Alabama. So if you know where Mobile, Alabama is, there's the west side, which is Mobile. You go to the east side across the bay, which is where Foley, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach is. It's a lot cheaper than the part of the country we live in. We live in a very, very expensive part of the world, and we want to go live somewhere else. We want a simpler life. We want to spend more time. It gets cold here, like in Ohio, and I don't like the cold. My health is bad. I want to go live in warmer weather, and we love to fish. So my wife loves to fish. And we want to go fishing more. We want to go saltwater fishing, not freshwater. No, I don't, but I'm thinking of moving to a warmer state. Yeah, we really like Florida, but Florida's problem right now is the carrying cost of home ownership. You should follow us. There's a lot of Filipinos in Alabama, believe it or not. We have quite a few subscribers down in Alabama region and Mississippi. But we have quite a few in Alabama. And there's a good community there because there's also Pensacola, Florida, where the Navy base is. There's a lot of Asian stores over there. So there's an Asians communities over there. Well, we're hoping to move this year. We're going to go down Alabama, I think, in 3 weeks for a long week. We're going there to house hunt, neighborhood hunt, and figure out where exactly if we want to move there and where exactly it is that we want to move to. That's why we're going. We're going to go fishing, have some fun, and we're going to do that. We're going to go neighborhood hunting. And then if we get excited about it, we're going to get this house that we own on sale this summer and hopefully be there by October. September, October, November is what we're hoping we can get out of here sometime in there. My wife is working with her company about transferring, but that's an iffy thing. So, wish I lived in the Philippines. Our 9-year-old son in school in the USA. Okay. Yeah, we lived in the Philippines for a year and got wiped out by Typhoon Odette, so we came back because we had this house being built for rental property. Yeah, sure. Well, let's see. Hey, I don't have an extra thing here. Pat, or Mothballs, could you look up the zip code for Foley, Alabama? Could somebody Google that for me and just drop it? I don't have anything on me, and all of my electronics are dead, except for my phone. Foley, Alabama is the name of the region we're looking at. Foley, Alabama, Foley. Yeah, so you got to sell your house, and the bad thing, and the bad thing is, you know, if the interest rates, right? It's keeping a lot of people out of the market. And even where we live, which is a booming area, people are not buying houses as much because they can't afford the interest rate. So the interest rate is dropping, and we're hoping by this summer that it gets below 6. I believe if the interest rate drops below 6%, then the real estate market's going to heat back up. We're going to try to sell our house for sell by owner, because I don't want to pay 6%. I think it's ridiculous that you got to pay 6%. Yeah, right now you're financed at 2 point, right, and that's a hard thing. We'll probably never see it that low again. You're missing a digit. Zip codes are 5 digits. If that's or 3650, maybe that's your age. I don't know, mothball. Yeah, so that's the problem. We're going to probably have to pay more interest than we pay now. But we're also hoping to be either pay cash if we get really lucky, and or I have other things that mature in a few years that I will have to do something with. And so part of my plan is if I do have to finance, which I probably will, once these things mature, I'll just pay the house off. Pat's dropping some zip codes there. There you go, Henry. Thank you for that. Pat, thank you. So, yeah, absolutely. And we're going to document it. We document everything, hell. But we're going to take some trips down there. We're going to do some sightseeing, some fishing, neighborhood hunting. We're going to make videos and do live streams. So we'll have a lot going on in Alabama. Because we need to figure out if that's where, we've been to Alabama a lot. Lorelai and I, my wife, we've been to Florida a lot. We love Florida more than Alabama. But we've enjoyed being in Alabama, southern Alabama. We really have. We've really enjoyed it. It's a lot like Florida, just cheaper. So, but we prefer Florida. Pat says, welcome from Henry. Appreciate you guys doing that. So, because houses are cheaper there. I don't know about Ohio, what part and all that, and don't say what city or anything. But what your market is here. But I mean it, and where we live, if interest rates would drop just below 6, our market here would explode again, and I could get a lot of money for my house. More than it's worth, hopefully. I'm going to try to sell it for sell by owner, is what we're going to do. We've done this in the past. And hopefully what will happen is a real estate agent will bring a customer to me and say, hey, will you give me 3 or 2%? And I will say, yeah, okay. But I'm not giving somebody 6%. I'm not going to do it. And or we've had agents, what we did with one of our houses, and I wouldn't do it again with him, but I would do it again. We had it for sale, and the guy came and said, look, I can sell your house for more money than you're asking for it if you give me 30 days, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, so how much money do you want to walk away? And I told him, and he's like, okay, I can get you that money. I promise you, that's how much money you can walk away with if you let me sell your house. And give me 30 days. And he's like, and if I don't, I will not take a commission. I will lower my commission no matter what. So I'm like, okay, as long as you can get me X, Y, and Z, okay. And then you can get your commission. And now, granted, if the house would have sold for like $1 million, he wouldn't have got all the extra money. He wouldn't have done that. He would have just got a bigger commission, 6% of everything. But, and it worked. We found a buyer out of California, paid cash, boom. So, and paid full price, no appraiser, no anything, just wanted the house, bought it, boom. So, I would be up to that again. Foley's about 2 hours from you. Yeah, 2.5 hours, depending on traffic. So, so if I get an agent or two that want to come and say, now, we can work out something, okay, I'll do that. And I'm ready for that. But, Goodbye's in the house. Everybody said hello to Goodbye. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. So I would be up to that. I'm okay with that. But giving somebody 6%, I just don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't. But we'll have to work it out. And hopefully it works in our favor. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't know. We can only do what we can do. We can only do the best we can. Our problem is our house is the nicest one in the neighborhood. This house has $30,000 or more in upgrades. So it's nicer than our neighbors because we have more features. So when we go to sell this for sale by owner, we have to make sure that people know and understand why our house is worth more than our neighbors' houses is because of all the upgrades. And we have a big corner lot, they do not. We have all of these upgrades in our house. So you need to pay us more. And so that's where we're at. And if we can do it, then what we're going to do when we move is this, is we will pack up everything we own, ship it to Alabama, put it in storage. And then what we're going to probably do, if we don't have a house already under contract when we sell this one, that's the other thing that's interesting. Alabama, their houses stay on the market a lot longer than they do here where we live. Houses don't stay on the market very long here. There they stay on the market longer. So we have a better chance of entering a contract and blah, 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 and all of that. But if not, what we will do is go rent an Airbnb for a few months. And here's what you do, because if you don't know this about Airbnbs, Airbnbs are only allowed to have the guest stay for 28 days. Because then it's a short-term rental. 28 days or less is short-term. 28 days or more, then it's a monthly rental, right? So you can't stay at one over and over and over. Here in Columbus and Antioch, houses sell quick, good. And they're gone quick. That's what you want. You want your house to sell fast so that you can get a better price. So what we do is we call the owner of the Airbnb and say, look, we know what the deal is. Would you consider renting Airbnb style your house to us for up to 3 months? And we'll pay you the monthly, let's work out a monthly deal. You don't rent Airbnb anymore. You don't got to come and clean it or take care of it. We have great credit references, blah, 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 blah. You can come and check the house anytime you like and show that we're not hurting it. We're down in this area so that we can buy a house. So you tell the owner of the Airbnb, this is what we're doing and what we're looking for. And sometimes you'll find the Airbnb can go, sounds good. Why would it be beneficial to them? They may take a little less money than they can make a month, but they don't have to come and clean it every other day, every week when the guests leave and check in, check out. They don't have to do all of that. So there is a plus to them. So it's not every Airbnb that will do that. So we know that we'll probably have to go live in an Airbnb for a few months while we home search. But we'll have all of the money, our extra money, to buy a house and a bank. And then when we buy it, we just buy the house. So we know that's how it happens. And we don't like this scenario. I don't like physically moving is very difficult for me. It's expensive to physically move. We have to get some help. We'll have to pay people to come in and help us to load a truck or to do pods or those containers, whatever you want to call them. I got to do research on those so that you can pack those up. They come and get them and take them to your wherever. They can put them in storage and hold them for as long as you need. So physically, it's daunting work for somebody like me, and I'm not looking forward to that. Not looking forward to that at all. So that's our big struggle with moving. But we'll figure it out one way or the other. But that's what we're doing, guys. But we'd love for you guys to watch us when we go to Alabama in a few weeks. It should be fun. Should be exciting. I don't know. It should be. Maybe it'll turn out to be boring. I don't know. But we're going to do a live stream in the car so you guys can see how we travel with the dogs, because the dogs will be there with us. So take the fishing gear. We got to take the fishing gear. Got to go fishing. Looking forward to going. I already got spots picked out that I want to go to. So, we've already bought some shrimp and some squid up here at the Asian store that I'm going to cut up before we go into the squid into small pieces, and I'm going to rebag it and freeze it. So that way all we got to do is not take this big messy box, that it's all cleaned up and organized and boom, 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 and put it in the freezer. You throw it in the cooler. We take it with us to Florida and go Alabama and go fishing. Yeah, our luck it'll probably rain, but that's all right. We never know when it's going to rain here either, Henry. So we're okay with that. But we're going to go fish down at Fairhope and Dolphin Island and Orange Beach and some places like that, and just have some fun and look for some parks and places that we might want to live is what we're doing. But we'll watch out for the rain. It's an 11-hour drive from our house to the Airbnb. So it'll be a long drive for us. But Lorelai's a good driver. She doesn't like to drive in traffic. So what we do is, and what we're going to do, is Lorelai gets off work. We're going to leave early one Saturday morning. When she gets off work, she's going to finish loading the car. I'm going to be asleep. I'll get up about 5:36, and we'll jump in the car and take off. I'll drive while she sleeps for 5 or 6 hours, get way past Little Rock, and we'll get on some of the smaller roads that Lorelai feels comfortable. And she'll drive a few hours. I'll take a nap, and then I'll get us the rest. That's what we do. We share the driving. Lorelai's a good driver. She just doesn't like heavy traffic, which I don't blame her. So she gets nervous about that. It doesn't bother me, but I don't care either. So that's our good plan. And if I feel good, I'll just drive the whole way. If I feel good after getting some good sleep, 11 hours is not the end of the world. Now, granted, we got to stop, piss, take the dogs out, let them walk around for a couple minutes, get some fresh air. So it's probably a 12-hour drive. Because we got to get gas, probably, 12 hours, 3 times. We usually drive about 4 hours before we need gas in her car, which I don't think is bad. So we get about 4 hours of driving, need to fill up, do another 4 hours, fill up, do another 4 hours, Yeah, we do that a lot too. And we thought about that, Henry. We talked about it the other day. Said, well, maybe we would leave at 1 o'clock when Lorelai gets off work. We'd have the car, just finish loading the car, and we would take off and drive. But the problem is, I would have been up all day long since probably 8 in the morning. So I would be really, really tired. And Lorelai just getting off a long day of work, she would be really tired. So this time we thought, and we're leaving on a Saturday. We're driving on Saturdays. So that's where I thought, well, maybe better if I just go to bed like normal, try to get some rest, wake up about 5:30. When Lorelai comes home, she can finish loading the car. She likes to load it anyway. She thinks And she probably does. She does a better job than I do. So I'll just let her do her thing and stay out of the way, right? Smart husband. Stay out of the way. Sleep. Get up. Give her a pillow and a blanket. She'll have it all ready in the car. And I'll drive and she can pass out and sleep. And we'll drive early in the morning. But it's be a Saturday. So traffic would be minimal. But I don't really have a big problem driving in traffic. As long as it's organized traffic in America. The Philippines, that's a different story. American traffic, not a big deal. Saturday though, and we're going to go, I don't know which way you came up, Henry, but we're going to go straight down through to Little Rock, around Little Rock, and cut straight across diagonally is what we're going to do. So that's how we do it until we hit Interstate 10. And then we take Interstate 10 over. But that's what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. And a lot of those roads, Lorelei will feel comfortable driving on, midday. And we should get to our Airbnb by hopefully 6:30 at night. And I may wake up at 4, I don't know. If I try to get a little nap in earlier, I may be able to wake up around 4:30 and leave us a couple of hours early, which is what I intended to do originally, was leave about 4. And so that's kind of what I'll do. As soon as I get up, I won't be any later than 5, but as soon as I get up, we will hit the road. And it'll be dark. We'll get to Little Rock in 3 hours and we'll be long gone. Just do the best we can with it. So that's our big plan. Lorelei will take some snacks and we take drinks. We're taking groceries with us anyway. So we won't waste any money on the trip but gas and go and pee. Yeah, you take the back roads. Yeah, it's what we do too. We take the smaller highways. Of course, it's easier because, and to be honest, there's not an interstate that runs from Little Rock to Interstate 10. There's just not one straight to Interstate 10, as you know. So if there was an interstate, we'd take the interstate the whole way, but there's not. You can go all the way over into Tennessee, I think, and drop down on an interstate that would take you into Mississippi and all of that area. But, well, thank you for being back, Flora. We appreciate that. We love the fact that people come back. Every time somebody comes in and comes out, it makes us look better, right? Because our number goes up. You're still at work. Well, I recommend that you tell your boss no more work. Tell them that they should pay you and let you go home while you enjoy, so you can enjoy your day. So that's what we will do. We didn't enjoy, the only place I didn't enjoy was driving through Atlanta, Georgia through a rainstorm. We almost got killed when we went to Cocoa Beach, Florida, because we went through Atlanta, Georgia during a rainstorm. And we had a car literally, I swear to God, 2 inches from wiping us out. You're about to leave to get to go home? Nice. Are you cooking anything good for dinner? Or did you already have dinner? Up there in Ohio. So, Lorelei, my wife's a good driver. I've taught her well. She picked up on it quickly. She passed the driving test right off the bat. And she drove half the way when we left Los Angeles to come back to Arkansas. She drove, I drove, she drove, I drove. I have no qualms about Lorelei's driving. Well, I looked at that, but actually Google Maps says that it's slower by about 20 minutes. And that's what I meant. That's what I meant about more interstate. So, and we've done that trip, and we may still do it. I haven't decided. So you're right. But Google's told me, and my iPad's dead, or I'd Google it, but told me that it was about 20 minutes longer for some reason. But it is more interstate. So we may do that still yet. 20 minutes is not a big deal. Versus going on, because you can get, sometimes in southern and rural country on these 2-lane highways, you can get stuck behind a farm tractor. You can get stuck in places. So I'm still looking at that, Henry, and we may do that. I may choose that one. Just haven't decided yet. But we've made that, we've done the golf by going that way. My phone is misspelling. Oh, it's all right. We understand, man. Yeah, 49 goes to Jackson, and then you go down. And we've done that. It's an easier drive. And maybe a Saturday, the interstate wouldn't be so bad for Lorelei. Maybe some semi-traffic, but not a whole lot. So, oh, I found an iPhone, Henry. Look. Can I tell you this? I got a chair. I bought a chair for me, a big comfy chair that sits outside. And I've been working on my outdoor patio area. And I was cleaning my chair the other day so I can get ready to sit in it. And I found this iPhone in the chair. So I plugged it, I cleaned it, and I plugged it up and to charge it. And by golly, it came alive. We don't know what the passcode is, of course. But it does think it's February the 14th. I don't know what year it thinks it is. So, I don't know. It's just junk. I don't know what it is. Maybe an iPhone 6 or 7. But how trippy is that? I wonder how old this is what I wonder. My phone does that HDN, yes, my phone. iPhone, yes, I drive a 9, that makes it faster. Yeah, it does. Well, I thought about that. Because you know how they taking the SIM card out of it? I think it has a SIM. What do they call them? SIM card? SIMS card? What is that called? What's that card called? If it has one of those, but we don't need another phone, but you're right, I thought about, if we needed another phone or phone line, they say you can trade any phone in and get a new phone, right? So I thought about that. But yeah, one thing I've gotten to the point of doing when I drive, now, I'm happy to drive 70, 75 miles an hour. I push it about 5 miles over the speed limit, and that's it. Because I'm really okay these days with sitting back and just cruising, hitting the cruise control and just going. I've learned that just because you can go 100 down the interstate and make up a lot of time, I would rather just kind of cruise along, be a little safer, take a little bit more time, not stress the car, not stress myself, and just, set the cruise and whoo. But yeah, night makes it faster because there's less traffic. But we're going to go during the day. So we have no option. SIM card, yeah, that's what it's called, right. So maybe it has one of those. It has a cool dinosaur on it. Can you see the dinosaur? Lorelei thought it was maybe an iPhone 6 or 7. It has a case on it. But I wonder, I'm just curious about how old this thing could be. Uh-oh. That's what the case has a thing. I would just kind of like to know how old it is, how long it's been sitting there. Here's the case. Maybe it belonged to a kid. What do you think? Here's the back of it. See how good a shape it is? Actually, I wiped it off. This phone is in really good shape. It's not warped or bent, Yeah, I think it has a SIMS card in it. I see the slot right there. But I'm just curious. I wonder how long it's been lost in that chair. I've had that chair for 2.5 years, and I got it on Facebook. So, Yeah, you can't see the deer at night. Yeah, not as well until they land on your hood. But I like driving at night personally, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. It's a long drive, so we'll take off and all of that good stuff. But I like to, I just, you know, we're good. We're going to drive and make the trip. I see, says Pat, yes. Yeah, the deer, the people, the raccoons. And the other big thing is we've learned, and of course we know this, but we're very picky about where we stop to get gas. I look and I plan ahead. I know a lot of you guys maybe, I don't know if you do this or not, tell me if you do, but I like to stop and get gas at truck stops. SIM card phone unlock can use in the Philippines. Ah, that's a good, hey John, that's a good thought. If you unlock this, when we go to the Philippines, you could put another card in it, SIMS card in it, right? And just use it in the Philippines. Wow. Somebody used to play slice and dice on this. Dancing Road, Zookmon. That's another good thought. That's a really, really good thought. Really is. Wow. Maybe we'll do that. We'll just hang on to it so when we travel there, we can just slap a SIM card in it and be done. That's great. Wow. Good, good. When I was in Alabama in '96, you can see bears on the side gravel road traveling. Ugh. Yeah, I like Bigfoot. If I see Bigfoot, I'll give him a ride. Say, come on into the car. Join us on our trip. But I like to stop at truck stops. I'm big on that. I like to stop at the bigger the better. You know, I like Loves, Flying J's. The TA's not so good in the South. So I try to find a nice Loves truck stop and or a Flying J truck stop. I like stopping at truck stops. I'll tell you why. One, there's usually a lot of people there. You know, there's a lot of people there. Even in the middle of the night, there's people there. So it's safe. Easy to get in and out of is the other big thing. They also, if you need anything, bathrooms, groceries, you know, drinks, lottery tickets, you can get out and walk around. There's usually a place for the dogs to go to the bathroom. I like truck stops for that. I don't like stopping at small gas stations when I'm traveling. The bigger, the better for me. We have to go Bigfoot sightseeing, Brother David. Absolutely. Bring it on, Biggiefoot. You know, I would like to see Bigfoot again. Remember, I told you guys I saw him at the lake, so I know he exists. So, but yeah. So that's what we do. We look for truck stops. I don't know if anybody else does that or not when they travel. But that's what we do. We do the truck stopping. I think it's just smart. Bucky Beaver truck stop. Yeah, we've been to the Bucky truck stops or whatever. They're not truck stops. If you're talking about Bucky's do not allow trucks. That's one of the big issues that people have had with them. RVs, motorhomes, and trucks are not allowed. And a lot in the Bucky's. So they're not a truck stop. They're not allowed. Period. But they're cool stores to go into. They got way too much shit. I heard there's one being built in Mississippi now. Your first one coming into Mississippi. And the other bad thing about Bucky's, and there's one going into Missouri, I think. Bucky's is suing everybody. Me and my brother, a couple of friends, was younger. We were chased by creatures on the side of the roads. Columbus, Indiana. Woo! Being chased on the road, side of the roads. I was chased on the side of the road one time, but what's the matter? Daisy, okay? Daisy, my black dog. She can't find Lily the red dog. Lily the red dog is in the bedroom sleeping on the bed. Daisy doesn't know that. So Daisy's trying to figure out where Lily is. She can't find her. It's okay. She's in the bed. She's over there. She went to bed. It's scary, yeah. I was chased on the side of the road, but, you know, I think it's more by other drunk people. When I was younger. Oh, Buc-ee's. I guess there's some businesses. There's a dog place that calls themselves like Barkies, and they got a logo with a dog that's kind of like in a circle, and they're suing them for copyright infringement. And then there's another place like a restaurant that is, now that one sounds a little bit more truly like a ripoff. Something like Cookies, you know, and they got an animal, it looks a little bit more like Buc-ee's. Has anybody ever seen the black dog? That's the question. Have you ever seen the black dog? I've been so tired when I've been driving late at night. Never seen a black dog, but I've seen a white lady. And I've seen the road move. You know what I mean? Almost like a mirage. You know, I've seen the road move on me. And I've seen a white lady figure out on this is on the interstate doing 70 miles an hour. You know, and she's out in front of the car while you're driving. But I've never seen a black dog. Werewolves? Yes. It's going to be a new truck stop on 10. Okay, all right. Yeah, I heard they were putting one in. Well, good for you guys. I mean, they got good barbecue sandwiches. I won't give them that, but they're too damn crowded. You know, I don't know what the big deal about Buc-ee's is. I mean, I guess they got good marketing. We've been in them a couple times, and that's enough. Once you go in them and you know what's in them, there's no reason to go back because all they're doing is selling a whole bunch of crap with Buc-ee on it. So, but their sandwiches are okay. I've seen a ghost or a spirit, whatever you call them. I have. I've had those experiences. I have indeed. Skinwalker, yeah. I think a lot of things could be skinwalkers. I really do because of the shape-shifting. So we may be seeing things that we think are one thing and they're really something else, like a skinwalker. Yeah, they're dangerous and not to be messed with. I would think so. But, I mean, I believe in skinwalkers. Seen the black dog a few times. So I love that movie. You know, Meatloaf is a hell of a guy in that movie. I love that movie. And I love the Ford pickup truck that he drives. That red one, man, that's one of my favorite trucks. So I really like that. That movie is one of my favorite movies. Mothball says, I've seen a lady walking in mountains. I thought a serial killer was waiting to jump in the bushes. I've seen a lady walking in the mountains. I thought a serial killer was going to jump me in the bushes. Why did you think a serial killer was out you? I've seen things move in the mist, in the mountains, the trees, in the woods. I've seen things that I couldn't quite explain. Some of them may have been supernatural, maybe a trick of shadow and lights, gases, you know, temperature inversions. Because I believe there's a lot of science to all of this. Indian story that one, Indians really believe about the skinwalkers. Mothman, now, I don't think there's a Mothman. I'm just going to say, I think it's BS. I know people are seeing things that they're misinterpreting. I don't think there's a Mothman. I don't think there's a Mothman. Sorry, everybody. Just don't think there's a Mothman. There's not a half moth, half man type creature living out here. Just not. I don't even think it's a spirit. I think it's a 100% screw up legend that's taken roots that people buy into. I absolutely think there is no truth to Mothman at all. Period. 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 Same here. I've seen ghosts in something that I was just didn't know what it was. Yeah, no, I've seen spirits. It was a real young, tall lady, no ghost. Nice. And you thought the lady was a serial killer, or you thought she was a spirit of what the serial killer did? So, yeah, I'm big on. I think a lot of things. What I think is, and we've talked about this. I think a lot of things are energy, residual energy left behind by people and or creatures. I think animals, deer, bear, who die, you can see at times their energy moving. I think you can. I just do. I think it's energy. Now, the white lady I saw driving was just because I was damn tired. There was no white lady on the interstate. There's no spirit out there. It was because I was tired and hallucinating. So, but I think residual energy happens all the time. And I think when we're in places where it's easy for that energy to get hung up, I think it happens. I believe people see, like at Gettysburg, they talk about how many spirits roam the fields of Gettysburg. And I believe that. All those people that died there. Absolutely, there's people roaming, the spirits that are roaming around Gettysburg. Absolutely 100%. No question about it. I don't think, I don't know, I guess I'm just not one of these believers that a lot of things can come out and physically attack you. I do think Bigfoot could kick your ass. And I think the skinwalker could probably hurt you, depending on what it's shaped into, right? But I don't think spirits can physically hurt you. I think they can screw with you psychologically, if that makes sense. I think they can, you can manifest bad things brought on by bad spirits. But the bad spirit's not going to punch you in the face. I don't believe that. I thought here people was hiding outside on the roads waiting to rob people who stopped. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's truth to that. There's, in history, there's truth to people hanging out on the side of the roads, waiting late at night for somebody to pull up at a four-way stop, and get out and attack them. Absolutely. That's why, you got to be very, very careful when you drive. We drive with the doors locked and, and if we are in sketchy places, we take caution. And we take other cautions too. I can't say what it is, but one thing you don't want to do is come up to my car, road raging, pounding on the door, acting like you're going to hurt me, because you won't hurt anybody ever again. And I don't care what state I am in, I will take that. I will lay it down to where you will never get up again, and I won't think twice about it. So road ragers who come and bang on people's cars are, you won't walk away from mine. And I'll just say I was in fear of my life. But you won't walk away. I promise you that. So just be aware of that. But yeah, I think that's happened. That you got bad people out there doing things. I got a book, Skinwalkers at the Pentagon, by John C. Lanskowski. I was looking for books about skinwalkers, and I think I saw that one, but I didn't buy it or read it. But I was looking, and I really couldn't find a good book about the mythology of Skinwalker. I wanted to read a book about what Native Americans thought about Skinwalker, the root of a Skinwalker, the power of a Skinwalker, why and how skinwalkers are. I wanted to read a book like that, that said, okay, skinwalkers, count, real counts, but a little bit of science, what's the science in it? Or here's what we know about skinwalkers. We know this. We're from this area, and our skinwalkers do this. Skinwalkers over here do this. Are they the same? Or you know what I mean? I like that type of stuff. Happened to me, my grandfather couples, his friend young years ago when I was younger. Ugh, road rage, not good. It's not. Look, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm a road rager probably too. But I'm learning the older I get, fuck it. Who cares? Fuck it. It just ain't worth it, right? If you're in that damn big of a hurry to get nowhere, then go ahead. I've gotten to the point I'm not in a big hurry to get anywhere. I'm trying to be not in a big hurry to get anywhere. I'm trying to recognize that people screw up and make mistakes. Traveling to Florida when that happened? Yes. Not worth it. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at on road raging. I was road rager when I was a kid, when I was younger, trust me. If you screwed with me, I had a car, and I'll tell you, when I was in my early 20s, I had a car run me off the road, a van run me off the road. Literally, I had to get off into the ditch to avoid him sideswiping and hitting me. I chased that van down and pulled him over and yanked his ass out of the car. Now, not a good thing to do because I could have been shot. But that happened when I was in the early 20s. Won't happen again. I'm just not that person anymore. Yep, if I stop at a rest stop, I make sure there's a security guard there at night, or I find a well-lit gas. Yeah, we don't do rest stops at night. We don't do that. We won't do rest stops at night. And we don't do, and we're very careful if we got to stop at rest stops. We like to, because we have some on the trip that we know that are big rest stops where they have employees working. They have a welcome center. Those rest stops we like to stop at. But these little bitty tiny ones on the side of the road, we don't do it. We will go to a Walmart. We will find a little bit of a city somewhere and go into a Walmart if we have to. Mothballer says, I was a road rager almost. I passed a semi on the shoulder because he would not let me pass. Yes, I passed on the shoulder on a 2-lane highway. Ooh. Semis, I think there's a lot of good semi drivers, and there's a lot that are just dicks. Kind of like cops. There's a lot of good cops and a lot of cops that are dicks. But a lot of the semi drivers need to understand, look, get out of the left lane. Quit driving side by side. If you want to pass, try to pass. If you don't have enough power in your rig to pass this guy, well then back off and get behind him, or get on the radio and ask Walmart to back off so that you can get in. So JB Hunt can tell the Walmart guy, hey, I'm trying to get it, but there's a lot of traffic. Can you slow down a tiny bit so I can pull up in front of you? Why don't they work together like that versus staying like this all the way down the interstate trying to figure out who can pass who and having 50, 60 cars behind them? It's not right. And that's where they get the bad reputation. They can move over. We do this. Look, if we're going down the road, and if I got to go to the left or to the right and slow down and get around and get back behind traffic, I do it. Every time I try to pass, he would move over to the left, oncoming lane, so I could not pass him. Yeah, some of them don't want people passing. They think they own the road, and it's just not right. No, I don't want you to pass me. But what they don't understand is, look, if you let the cars pass, they pass. They go away. That's what I don't understand about the truck driver's mentality of, let's do this. Let's make it harder for the four-wheel cars because we can, because we're bigger. It's like a bully, and a lot of them do this. But all they're doing is getting off on it. I drive safe now. Good, good. But that's what they do. They're getting their jollies. But now look. Yes, as I was getting ready to say, balls, dash cams. And what we're going to do, we have one in the truck and one in Lorelai's car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the one out of the truck and I'm going to put it on the back window of Lorelai's car. So as we take our trip to Alabama, we'll have a camera front and back. Front and back. Yes. Yeah, that's a good tip. If you're going to crash at a rest stop, it is best if there's a security guard first and foremost, but to stop it and say, hey, gonna let you know, I'm over here, I'm gonna take a nap, I'm by myself, whatever it is, I need to rest a little bit, and let them know. I agree with you. I totally agree. It's a good tip. I've done that at truck stops. I've actually pulled into truck stops, and that's why I like truck stops. And I pulled up and parked in the car parking right up by the doors and took a nap, because then I know I'm all right. Yep, I like to stop at the, sleep at truck stops, delis, and yeah. So that's what we do. If we need to take a nap, we do that. I've done that. I've gone to truck stops. You know, one time years ago, I drove from New Jersey to Arkansas. It was like a 24-hour drive, and I drove straight. And but I got tired during it. So we pulled into a big truck stop. My dad and my other little brother, who I took to New Jersey and brought back, I told them, I said, look, go inside, go have some lunch, take your time. I'm going to sleep in the truck while you do that. And so I took a quick 30, 45-minute nap while they were eating, and then they came out, I'm up, and we're ready to go again. Coffee doesn't cost much at truck stops? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's overpriced like Starbucks. So, but, you know. Yeah, that's what I mean. We look for the big, clean ones. I mean, we look for the Loves and the Flying J's. I happen to like Flying J's the best. But, yeah, that or a Walmart. I know it sounds crazy, but if you have to, find the damn Walmart. You fill the coffee thermos? Yes. I'm with you. All right, my friends, it's approaching 9:30. We appreciate everybody. We appreciate all the thumbs up. Appreciate all you guys joining me. We'll be back live more. I'm getting my brain back. So we'll be getting back in our normal routine. But I appreciate everybody. And Flying J owned by Mormons. Really? I didn't know Flying J was owned by Mormons. That's interesting. My dog knows I'm getting off of here. Come here. So she thinks she's going to get some, because I usually give them a little, I can't say the T word. You know what I mean? So they heard me talking about getting off here, my dogs. And so they're freaking out because they want their little, you know. All right, everybody, we appreciate you. My paycheck user to come from Salt Lake City. Okay, that's interesting. Well, they have a good truck stop. Every one of them's been decent all over the country that I've found. So we like them. So, all right, my friends, until tomorrow, we will talk to everybody then. So from here, take care. We appreciate you guys. Get some rest, and we'll see everybody. And thank everybody for joining us tonight. We had a lot of good people in here. So, all right, my friends, take care.